Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to create some really beautiful skies in your photos. So here I have a photo of my son at the park, and you'll notice that the sky is not very exciting. It's kind of blown out. It's all white. There's not very much there. So let's make it a little bit more beautiful. So essentially, if I were to edit this photo, and I'll just do a very quick edit, I would actually, let's see here. Let's make it a tad warmer. Maybe we'll bring up the exposure a little bit. Oh, that might be a little bit too much. We'll bring down the highlights, which will also save us some information in the sky here. And I should mention that I do shoot in RAW. So this is a RAW image. It's not as easy to bring back some of the information lost if you're using JPEG. So we're just going to brighten up the shadows a tiny little bit, maybe bring up the whites a bit, and we're going to bring down the blacks a little bit. Little side note here, when you click on the white or the black, you hold down the Alt or the Option key and you click on the white, the whole screen turns black. So what you want to do is you want to pull your slider over until you start to see some specks of white, and that's when you want to stop. Same thing with the blacks. If you hold the Alt or Option key on a Mac and click on the black, everything turns white, and you're going to pull it down until you see some little bits of black, and then that's when you know you've sort of gotten the perfect white or black points in your image. So essentially I'm pretty happy with this photo. I think that the little boy looks great, the grass looks great, but the sky does not look so great. So let's fix up the sky using the graduated filter. So that's located up here, graduated filter. We're just going to click. If you're not familiar with the graduated filter, there are some little options here, little editing options that you can do. So let's get started. What you're going to do is you're going to drag your cursor from the top of the image down, and you'll notice that it's sort of a free moving kind of tool here. In order to avoid that, if you hit Shift, then it becomes locked, which is kind of nice, especially when you have a horizon that is straight. So I have done no editing yet, that's why there's no changes here, but in order to bring the sky back, let's bring down the exposure. And that's actually a little bit too much, but I just wanted to show you what it could look like. So something like that. Let's bring the highlights in a bit too. You can see there's a bit of clouds in the sky. I'm going to just bring this down a little bit. What's happening here is the graduated filter, the top part here is where the effect is applied 100%. And then in this area here, it is applied a little bit less, and here a little bit less, and then down at the bottom of this line, it's not applied at all. So it creates sort of a more natural effect. So already, if we click this little toggle button on and off, you can see that we've already made a big change to the image, although it kind of looks like a rainy, stormy day, which is not what it was here. So in order to kind of give us a nice blue sky, we're going to come over to the temperature, and let's just move this little temperature button, this little blue, towards the cooler sky. So obviously, try not to make it something that looks too fake. It's nice to have natural looking photos, but I think that helped. And we'll just bring up the shadows just a little bit so that it's not a very dark and stormy sky. So again, if we just toggle this on and off, already huge difference. So we're going to click done to close that screen. And if you hit the Y button or this little button here on your screen, it will show you the before and after. So already huge improvement. Our after picture has lots of character. There's some nice clouds in the sky, although it still does look a little stormy. So I'm just going to hit Y again, the shortcut Y, to come back to the original view. And let's go into the HSL panel under hues. So here is where you can kind of play with the different colors in your images, the saturation of the colors in your images, and the luminance. So under hue, we can go to blue here, and you can sort of affect what the blue looks like. Again, try to keep it natural, and if you double click, it goes back to the main point. Aqua might have a bit of effect. No, not really. It more affects the boy's jacket, so we'll just leave that. So let's just pop up the blue a little bit. Let's go into saturation again. Let's add a little bit more blue, and let's go into luminance, and we can make the blue darker or brighter, and maybe we'll just make it a little bit brighter. Again, you have this little toggle button if you want to see the difference that you made. So that's slight difference. This is off, this is on. It's just a nicer kind of blue. So really, that took me just a couple of minutes in Lightroom. And if we want to look at the before and after, beautiful results. This photo just has much more character, looks so much nicer than the before one. So that was super, super easy. Again, I have another photo here. We just might go through quickly, turn off my before and after. So if I were to edit this photo, the boy in this photo is a bit dark. Let's just lighten him up a little bit. Let's apply a graduated filter here. Pull it down. I might pull it down a little bit more like that. Add a little bit of darkness here, some highlights, some blues. Done. You know what? That's all I would do. Again, before and after, huge difference, beautiful sky, makes this photo look like it's actually a really nice day. So have fun, go out, play with the graduated filter. It's a really cool tool, and get your skies looking beautiful and blue.